So hello and welcome back to another, well, geography video, geology video, whatever you want to call it. Today we're looking at earthquakes that have happened within the month of May in Australia. So as you can see, there's actually quite a few, and this is earthquakes from Geoscience Australia, the Australian government body. This is quite a good website, so I recommend you should actually look at the URLs at the top. So we have a few. Can I get full screen? Yeah, probably not, which is a pity. So anyway, first of all, look at the earthquakes from the Ring of Fire. So we have Papua New Guinea, some in New Britain. You can click on it and it gives you the information. So New Britain, and this was 5.1 magnitude at a depth of 53 kilometers. So that's a subducting plate. So you can see here the actual Pacific plate's going underneath the Australian one. So, well, maybe that's not the Australian plate. That's another plate. So that is what's happening there. And here we have another subducting plate. That's the Australian plate going underneath. Okay, you've got Solomon Islands. What was the... Okay, 5.7, so it's a bit higher. And that is 100 kilometers deep. So let's have a look at what happened on Australia. So if we look at Northern Territory, we have two that occurred, and one was at Tennant Creek, and that was on the 29th, so just a few days ago, 10 kilometers. So that's quite shallow, magnitude 3, not really that powerful. But as a lot of structures in Australia are not built for earthquakes, it could be quite damaging. Okay, it gives you a longitude and latitude, so you can find it on Google Maps if you're looking for it. And you go down. Okay, time defining stations 21. So they use 21 stations. Number of phases used 24. Observe. Okay, 57. So it gives you other information. Then we have just the basic information. Okay, then we got stations. Okay, station WB2, arrival time, yeah, 3:36 a.m. Okay, P wave, yeah, and gives you lots of other information as well. And not too, these are probably the stations that they have around Australia. Okay, then we have another one, northwest of Nairipi. So it's an indigenous word, probably Yolanda or somewhere, Walpiri. Also 10 kilometers, 3.1. But this is 2 days beforehand, so obviously it could be related to the later fault. Could have been related to this because it could have been just stress build up. Okay, Western Australia, starting from north, we have one at Derby. Okay, 3.4, 10 kilometers. So these are pretty much just faults. We'll have a talk about that in a minute. Then we have another one, 3.4 kilometers. Yeah, as you can see, they're all 10 kilometers, so they're all pretty shallow, around about 3 on the Richter scale. Okay, so these seem to be the stations. We've got one close to Perth, and this one's 2.1, 1 kilometer, pretty shallow. So not too sure what is causing that. Okay, then we go to South Australia. We have two, obviously quite small, probably 2, yeah, 2.3, 10 kilometers. So these are pretty much just crustal movement. It could be like a landslide, or it could be just where the crust is being pushed by the actual continental plate being pushed down south. So here we have the divergent plate. You can see the line going across the screen, so that's been pushed up and south. So, and what you can see is we have longitudinal ridges. So these are transform faults, this is divergent fault, and those transform faults pretty much go all the way up to the edge of the plate, because it needs to push the actual crust. And if this oceanic crust is being pushed north, then it's going to put pressure somewhere up north, more than likely. It could be anywhere. So eventually the continent is going to have to move to relieve that stress, and that's what these earthquakes are most likely are. Okay, then we have another one. I can click on that one. So that's Crystal Brook, South Australia. And this one, no, I can't click on that, so I'm not too sure what that earthquake was. Do we have any in New South Wales? No. None in Queensland. None in Tasmania. And the only other one that we have is in Victoria. So this is the more recent one. Oh no, not the more recent. So this is 2 kilometers. This was at northwest of Sunbury. So 4 at magnitude, and as you can see, event ID. So that's probably just a computer generated event. Longitude, latitude, and it happened nearly midnight with epicenter origin. So qualifying magnitude. So this is very interesting. So I need to find information. So stations. Okay, GVL. So Victorian seismograms. Okay, so this is the information about the actual earthquake, and as you can see, you've got P wave, and this is probably a different station. So these are probably different stations receiving the wave at different time. So that's 81 kilometers. So as you can see, 31 kilometers from the epicenter receives the P wave a lot quicker. Then 53 kilometers obviously is a bit of a delay. 57, 81, 87. This is 90. And what you could see is also the wave is propagated for a longer time. So it's just the delay in vibration of the different waves. Okay, so don't need the actual map. Shake ground. Okay, felt chart report. Shake ground. Okay, so hours after event. And this is felt reports per 10 minutes. Felt reports received within 24 hours of event occurring. Chart is up to 10 minutes. Okay, so cumulative felt report. So yeah, I'm not too sure what that is. It could be number of people reporting, or it could be a number of minor earthquakes, but probably just people reporting. Anyway, so that is basically the earthquake report for Australia for the month of May. Maybe next month I'll do another one, or maybe I'll go on and do, these earthquakes. So these are a lot bigger. So this was pretty shallow, but it's in the ocean. And have an awesome time learning about how the earth works. Thank you and goodbye.